Well, good morning, and thank you for being with us. This is a great day for Emory and Henry. You know, we're the oldest college in Southwest Virginia, and one of the reasons this grand old institution has been able to go on decade after decade and now adding another century on top of the first century is because we have always honored our past, which is what we're doing using the Carriger building, this beautiful building with so many architectural flourishes. This building that means so much to generations of students who lived here and stayed here and snuck into this building from time to time. This is honoring our past. But what this grand old college does better than any other that I've seen is it renews itself generation by generation. There is a common theme of identity that runs through every student experience who's ever been at Emory and Henry, and yet there is always something unique that is added to each generation of students. For us to have this brand new School of Business with our very fine dean and the faculty that he is bringing in and the students that are already being recruited to this program, this is setting Emory and Henry up to be not merely in Middle Appalachia, but we are of Middle Appalachia because we are part and being part as an institutional citizen of rebuilding the economic infrastructure of this area. Make no mistake about it, Emory and Henry is going to be part of making certain that Southwest Virginia continues to remain the best place to live in this great country of ours. Well, I am so pleased to see so many of you. So glad to see members of our Board of Trustees who are here for this weekend, our chair-elect, to see President Sprinkle from Whitfield Community College. Thank you, sir, for being here, a great partner to Emory and Henry. Israel O'Quinn, our member of the House of Delegates and also one of our members of the Board of Trustees. I'll claim him as a friend. I don't know if he claims me out in public. It is an election year. Be careful. But it is good to see each and every one of you, and it is heartening to see Emory and Henry continue to advance, and this is a manifest example of that. So, with that, I'll pass it on to our chair, Kyra Bishop, who has been so instrumental in helping to make certain that this dream of a new business school becomes a reality.
Thank you, John. I have the privilege of speaking on behalf of the Board of Trustees, and we are so grateful for the individuals, foundations, and businesses that have given generously of not only their time and their monetary contributions, but their support in so many different ways. When I think of Emory and Henry graduates in this region, they are servant leaders in our businesses, our schools, our government, our nonprofits. And I'm excited as we imagine the difference that our School of Business graduates will make, not only in this place that many of us call home, but in the areas that those graduates choose to find their world of work. It's exciting. And now I have the privilege to introduce Bill Pendleton, our good friend, our former board chair, and now he chairs our advancement committee. Bill has done a tremendous job raising funds for this. Thank you, Bill.
This is a very, very exciting project for me, and I'm very excited about it. I have to tell you, for 15 years, we've talked about starting a School of Business here at Emory Henry College, and it wasn't until a young lady came forth with the idea. Our former CFO, Benita Baird, as John was doing the long-range strategic planning for the college, said, you know, we should have a business school. And Benita had been a business school graduate. She knew that it was time to update our curriculum. And she knew that 35% of all graduates in the country want to major in a business-related field. So we give her a lot of thank you for doing things that the guys couldn't get done. We brought in an architect from Atlanta, Georgia, a person who has done historical renovation and is very talented at this, someone that I have known for years. And when you see the final plans, or when you go in and see the final construction when that's done, you'll realize that he has maintained the historical integrity of the building, but still opened up grand classrooms. If you go in here, you can remember there were some dormitories broken in. It's now a huge 30 by 40 room, I might be overstating that a little bit, that was the original classroom of the dormitory. Mark asked me to give a little history, and so you'll know that this west wing that we're standing on was built in 1904 with $25,000 given to us by the Carnegie Foundation, okay, or Mr. Carnegie himself. He wanted us to build classrooms. We built a dormitory. The east wing, which is the other side, and the connecting YMCA, and it was built as a YMCA, was built in 1908. And we went back to Mr. Carnegie and said, we'd like another $25,000. And he says, go away. He says, you built dormitories for preachers. I'm not going to give you more money to do the same. And so we're now doing what Mr. Carnegie wanted us to do. I want to tell you that we were able to raise $5.2 million, including tax credits, and we're getting historical tax credits, in a little less than a year, from some 22 donors, and many of you are here. And as Kyra said, and as John said, we can't tell you how much we appreciate it, because we maybe have broken the record of having all the money in our pocket before we even start construction. So with that, I have to introduce, because bricks and mortar and classrooms are no good to students without talented and motivated faculty. And I have to introduce you to Emmett Tracy, who is the first ever dean of the business school of Emory Henry College. And Emmett has let no dust grow under his feet. He has brought in 4 new faculty members who have educational background from Harvard to Kellogg School of Business, and who have business careers from Goldman Sachs to GlaxoSmithKline. So Emmett, can you come forward and say a few words?
Good morning. Thank you all for being here. I will indeed keep it short, I promise. I have to start by thanking President Wells and members of the board. This would not have been possible at all without their support. They helped on every level, from the design of the interior of the building to the fundraising, of course, right, to the vision for the school and for the building itself. So they really an integral part. They were with us every step of the way in building the School of Business, and we just couldn't have done something in that time frame without their sort of unending and always committed support. Business at Emory and Henry has a long history and tradition, and today marks another chapter of that tradition. But it would not be possible without the hard work from people like my colleague Denise Stanley, from our colleagues Tom Folks and Kyle Macione, and before them, people like Jim Cumbo, Scott Ambrose, and others that came before them. We are lucky for their dedication to the school. We are fortunate for the passion that they gave to their students and to the business programs. Education, as they well know, is a process. And when that process is at its very best, it is focused and dedicated to excellence, and the commitment to that excellence, and as we say, mactu virtute, right, to virtue, in a sense, through that excellence, and increasing in excellence, is what makes a day like today possible. But, right, it's nothing without our students. And I see many of you here today. I see Princess, I see you. Axel, I see you. Ethan, I see you. And Andrea, I see you. We are here because of our students. And I've asked, in closing, I've asked Andrea to join us and say a few words about her experience. She's a fantastic student. Our students are incredibly gifted. They are talented people that impact their communities here today, and they will go on to impact communities that they live and work in for many years to come. I feel very fortunate to be part of their lives. I'm proud of them, and I am proud to be a part of their education. Andrea, thanks for joining.
Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to speak on behalf of the student body. As a young woman, as a young businesswoman and leader of this community, it's a great feeling like this morning when the school business is opening. You know, I'm the kind of person who strives for greatness in everything I do, and the opening of the school business really helps me put back into the community what Emory and Henry has given to me. It'll be a pleasure in May when I graduate to apply to this wonderful school business, and without everyone here and all the donations, it wouldn't be possible. And I would just like to thank each and everyone who's contributed to this and who's donated and who's put their inputs into it, because I know not only do I appreciate it, but everybody that comes after me next year and the years to follow, they'll greatly appreciate it. And President Wells will speak now.
Well, very good. So we make manifest today that great living covenant between those who have come before at Emory and Henry and all of those generations that are going to come subsequently from now. So what a great day. We have our hard hats, I believe. So, but I do want to say officially that we dedicate this great new School of Business for the purpose of business education for this region and for our students, for the betterment of their lives and their communities. And we do it knowing that we do it within the context of the great excellence that is Emory and Henry College. So thank you for being here today. Thank you so much.
You want a hat? All right. Where's Ann? Where's Ann Sluter? Come on, Ann. There you go. Ready for the ball. Come on, Emmett. Bill. You like it? Oh, if you want.
So we're going to do a countdown to the kickoff. Mark's lead.
All right.
Ready?
We all set? Brandon and our good partners at Burwell, are we ready? All right, count with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Little anticlimactic, but there you go. Here you go. Everybody got a hammer? All right, they're going to take some photos. So let's have our trustees come on up and join us for a photo.
Stay where you are.
Go behind.
Stay where you are.
Fill in
You can
behind.
fill in behind. That'd be great. Just stay where you are. Yeah, because we want to go in the back.
Come on in. Fill right in. Come on in. Greg McMillan. Greg McMillan. Rick Hughes, come on in. You want the hat? No. Yay.